Welcome to another episode of Monster Men.
Hey! I went Greek, I guess.
Today on Monster Men, we are going to talk about horror books, but we are going to talk about a certain group of horror books. But we're starting with my favorite horror author, Hunter Shea.
Oh!
Who happens to be this guy. I'm Jack Campese, this is Hunter Shea, we're the Monster Men. If you haven't seen the show before, this is two guys
sitting talking about monsters and
talking horror, paranormal. I like to call it lighthearted talk about dark matters.
I like that. I might get that into a shirt.
So we're talking movies, we're talking novels, we talk ghosts, anything that comes to mind.
Anything that fascinated us as kids, and now we're in our 40s and we're still children. That's what we're all about.
That's all about. So we are celebrating the publishing of your latest novel, which I happen to have here on...
Look at the technology we have here.
Swamp Monster Massacre.
Hurry! My ode to the skunk ape, which is Bigfoot's cousin down in the swamps.
Which I just downloaded this, and this is the next book I'm going to read. It's an ebook. You can get it on Amazon.com. You can get it on iTunes.
Samhain
Publishing. I'll put all those there. You have other books: Force of Shadows, Evil Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Sinister Entity coming out.
That comes out next April. I'm psyched for that.
But let's talk Swamp Monster Massacre.
Yeah.
In particular.
You know what kind of inspired this? When we did our episode on Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
And we had such a fun time talking about Bigfoot that when I was talking to my editor, the legendary Don Dioria at Samhain one night, he was asking me if I had a novella that could come out for later this year, and I was like, immediately I thought of Bigfoot. I'm like, man, that would be cool to write something about Bigfoot. But I didn't just want to go to Bigfoot. I had to go a little bit deeper, dig a little deeper, and get the skunk ape down in the Florida Everglades.
I remember you bringing up skunk apes. The term skunk apes. So skunk apes are the Bigfoot of Florida?
Yeah, the Florida and Louisiana, you know, wherever there's a swamp. They're smelly.
Redneck Bigfoot?
Kinda. You know you're a redneck.
The red hair on their neck?
So yeah, they're. I think they smell. I assume they smell because of it's just a bad place to be.
Everything so they literally smell it.
They really stink. But in the book, I give a theory as to why they smell the way they smell.
That's why you're the author.
Came up with something new. And I always wanted to do something. I love the movies, The Thing and Alien. And what I loved about those movies are they gave you this core of characters, stranded them someplace. Each one had strong characteristics, and then you just watch them go one by one by one by one and figure out what's going to happen.
Oh, cool.
So that's really, it combined my love of Bigfoot along with my love of those two movies, and I wanted to do like fast-paced, frenetic kind of novella.
This also is it's a novella, so it's shorter than a novel. It's
yes,
also
about a third the length of a novel.
It's like $3 or $4 online, so this is a good like gateway drug to get into your stuff.
It's my crack. It's Hunter crack.
Hunter crack. So, like I said, I've read your other stuff, and I just downloaded this. What's been going on with launching the book? I know you were at Horror Find.
I was at Horror Find. I was at Horror Hound in Indianapolis with my publisher, Samhain, and a bunch of other authors that were all just awesome people to be around. I mean, it's an honor to be with them. I've got a blog tour that's going to go for 3 or 4 months. Right now I've got, I think, 25 stops on it, with adding another 25 more. So it's going to be everywhere. People are probably going to be sick of me by the time we're done, but hey, you know, that's called marketing.
I'm sick of you now.
But enough about me.
Enough about you. So now, Samhain is your publisher.
Yeah.
Which, if you watch the movie Trick or Treat, the word Samhain is
it's really shown. Pronounced Shawain. I can't.
Charlene don't like it.
Rock the Casbah.
But you have a bunch of authors that you write with, and you're pretty impressed. Like,
yeah, I mean,
some of their work.
This is for horror fans out there who like to read horror. You all know Leisure books. Leisure Horror with Dorchester Publishing was the place to go in the 90s and the last 10 years. Now, this is the new place to go with some fantastic new writers from the past that have been with our editor, Don. And I just want to kind of go through some of them if I could, It's Halloween. It's a time coming up. It's a time.
We kind of pride ourselves on, like, there's podcasts that just do movies. There's podcasts that just talk about ghosts. We delve into everything, but one thing we do is we talk about comic books and we talk about novels. And I've had people thank us because it's hard.
It's hard to find recommendations for books.
Yeah.
You know, people that actually are actively, and I really read this stuff.
And you know, by being your wingman and all this, I've gotten to know some of these authors online.
Right.
I haven't met them. And, you know, they're great people. And,
So nice.
And I'm holding in the book. I want to start with this one just because after I read...
This is my main man, Brian Moreland, right
Brian
here.
Moreland. After I read Swampy, I want to go here next.
Yeah. Brian's such an awesome guy.
Let's talk. This is Dead of Winter by Brian Moreland. He's got a Facebook page. He's on Twitter. He's got a blog.
This book, this book and mine, Forest of Shadows, we were the premier authors that when the line started last October. Brian has this novel and the new one that's out, Shadows in the Mist, which if you go to Samhain Publishing right now, it's free.
What?
If you download the Kindle, yes.
Here's the thing. I might do that, but Brian, I someday need an autographed copy. So.
Well, Brian, we want to get you on a show to interview you one day. Or I know that you want to come here, so if you want to come up to New York.
You're welcome.
Get on the
Open
set.
invitation to Brian Moreland to be on Monster Man.
Dead of Winter is a fantastic historic novel. I literally was cold when I was reading it, and I was reading it in the spring. And I was actually feeling cold. And his new novel, Shadows in the Mist, Nazis. It has Nazis, bad Nazis. So how can you not like that?
Now, what is this? Tell me just a little synopsis of this.
Oh my God! This has possession. It has exorcisms. It has creatures that are tearing people apart. I mean, this is.
I see the word really cannibal here.
Yeah,
human
the
flesh.
cannery cannibal.
I see exorcist. Oh yeah, I gotta read this book.
It's got everything you need. Really good book.
Looking forward. So, Dead of Winter is our first recommendation.
Yep, the one I will go through the pile here. I just finished reading The Nightcrawler by Mick Ridgewell. This is about this guy keeps seeing this homeless dude who is the Nightcrawler, who is dogging his every move on this cross-country trek. And it's trying to figure out what is the Nightcrawler, why is he following this guy?
Quick tangent. Yeah. First, when I see Nightcrawler as an X-Men fan, I'm thinking of Nightcrawler. But isn't there? There's
no vamp thing.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Don't they play Nightcrawlers? I just had to say that for any Sunny fans out there.
If you get scared, you sing The Dayman. You'll be fine.
So that sounds pretty good.
That's a really good book.
So this is, wait, hold on. Mick Ridgewell. Nightcrawler.
Now, I also finished my man Russell James. He did a book last year, Dark Inspiration, and his new book is Sacrifice. I really like this because it's set in Long Island in the 80s, in the early 80s.
Traffic in Long Island is a horror itself.
So I had a nostalgic kind of tie to this book, but this is a cool book. It's got a really this character called the Woodsman that preys on little kids and gets them to kill themselves.
Oh,
really freaky. So if you're a parent, it might freak you out a little bit.
So wait a minute.
But that's good.
Who can save the children from the Woodsman? You know, right now I want to read all of these books. So this is good. The other thing I'm just gonna say aesthetically, I love books this size.
Yeah,
they're comfortable to hold.
And for old guys like us, the print's a little bit bigger.
It's a little bit bigger, but you're not losing out on print size. These are still plenty. Plenty of content here.
Another one, my good pal Jonathan Jans. His first book, The Sorrows, is this great kind of ghost story. And I picked this one up when I was with him in Indianapolis, The House of Skin. This is on my list to read. So I can't say anything about the book right now. I haven't read it. I can't wait to read this. Jonathan.
The House of Skin.
I have said that, I said to Jonathan, I said, between us, I think the two of us have the same kind of writing sensibility. I think we're coming from the same place. But he's a much nicer guy than I am.
Here's a line on the back of the book. Again, now I want to read this. All it needs to live again is fresh blood.
That's all you need.
You had me at fresh blood. House of Skin. They should have International House of Skin.
IHOS.
Boysenberry syrup with it.
This one I just started reading, Amongst the Dead, David Bernstein.
Come on.
This is a zombie book. But it's told from the point of view of a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm 25 pages in and I'm totally hooked.
See, because the zombie genre can be very tired or really great, depending on who's doing it.
You got to have a new kind of hook, and that's the new kind of hook. But it's not just that. I mean, the writing is really crisp, and it's really good. I can't wait.
David Bernstein, Amongst the Dead. Let me just take a quick look.
I can't wait till he gets out of my freaking house so I can finish.
Young and Alone Against the Living Dead. Sounds like a Bon Jovi song, but I like it.
This one, John Everson, who is a Bram Stoker Award-winning author. He's a super nice guy. If you ever meet him, like, oh, what a nice normal guy. He's twisted. There's something wrong with him, but in a very good way.
That's you too.
This book is crazy. This book will teach you things about, like golden showers and kind of stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah. This is crazy, kind of like fetish stuff.
Okay.
John, he's a great writer, and this book is
so wait. This is
awesome.
called Nightwear. Like, where are you?
Really, you got to.
She yearned to go beyond, but some curtains should never be opened.
And if you're in my house, definitely don't open all the curtains.
Yeah, this one has a kind of Hellraiser cover feel to it. It's got a little bit of the erotic and a little bit of the demonic.
You will know pain.
I am pain. You need Advil.
Another one I picked up. This isn't out till December. It's Ink by Damien Walters Grintalis.
You have a sneak copy?
I do. Well, we were sitting next to each other. This is about tattoos that come to life.
Oh.
Which is as a dude with tattoos, I can't wait to read this. And she had a great idea. She was giving out little tattoos to people. I don't think I have them in here.
That's good marketing.
Somebody stole them. But anyway, Ink by Damien Walters Grintalis. Another top-notch book.
A tattoo could be a work of art. Or a curse. The devil is in the details.
Mm-hmm. I just want to bring up, I don't have their books here. I have them on my Kindle. W.D. Gagliani, people who know his wolf books. He's a big werewolf guy. His werewolves sexy. They have a lot of sex.
Oh.
Awesome. He's got a few books out with Samhain Publishing. Christopher Ruffty, his book out right now is, well, The Night Everything Changed is a story that leads up to The Lurkers, which is the book that's out right now. Richard Lehman fans, you should latch onto this guy, because this guy is right up your alley if you're a Richard Lehman fan.
I love hanging around with you because I learn more about authors. I've read more books from you.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, you're a wealth of knowledge. The fact that you can refer one group of fans to another.
Well, it's a natural progression for those fans.
The fact that you call Bram Stoker Bram.
I should say
Tomato.
Bram. I know. Anyway, Ronald Malfi.
Ralph Mouth.
Far from it. He's got a book out right now, The Narrows. That guy could write the copy on a cereal box, and it's going to be stellar.
If there was marshmallows in the cereal, I would read it.
His writing chops are that good. So pick up The Narrows when you get a chance. And Fraser Lee, he's our British dude out there in England. He wrote a book, The Lamplighters.
Oh, yeah.
That got nominated for a Bram Stoker Award for Best New Novel.
A Bram Stoker Award? Award?
Award. So Fraser, and I know he's got a couple other things coming up with Samhain. I know, speaking for myself, all of us are doing a lot of work to build up this brand, and I think we have a great team. I'm even wearing my Samhain sweat jacket, thanks to my man, The Hammer.
You know who could use one of those? Another guy who's on camera a lot.
Size large. Fit him too.
Extra.
No, the extra's huge.
Oh.
That's what I tried. But I'm telling you, Samhain, I know I'm the author, but one of the authors with Samhain, but I'm telling you, they're doing some great stuff. And if you need horror, it's one stop. And they've got ebooks, they've got e-novellas, they've got print books, everything you need. So go to samhainhorror.com or samhainpublishing.com. You'll get everything you need for the Halloween season.
And I'll throw our websites up there. You can always get links back from there. Our Facebook page, we're always talking about it. You have a Facebook page for Hunter Shea.
Yep.
And we've got our Twitter accounts, Back and Jack and Hunter Shea 1.
And check it out. As I read these books, I'll be putting them up on with the hashtag Terrortober for the month of October.
And we're going to try and get some of these authors to do maybe some remote interviews with us if we can get them on. So
that'll be
we'll
fun.
learn even more. I got to start reading, so I'm ready for them.
Yeah, exactly. Work your way through the pile.
I'm starting with Brian.
There you go. Start with Brian.
No
Great
offense
one
to
to
everybody
start
else, but
awesome.
I've been dying. All right. Well, thanks for the recommendations, and good luck with Swamp Monster.
Thank you.
That's my reading when I get home tonight.
Put on your hip waders and get a machete.
Skunky. All right. We will see you next time on
Monster Man.
Grr, arg.